Good afternoon, library friends. It's Ms. Tara from the Warrensville Public Library. Today we are going to make a simple and fun science experiment. We're making Oobleck. So if you've never made Oobleck before, it's kind of like slime, but it's a non-Newtonian fluid. So sometimes it acts like a solid and sometimes it acts like a liquid. But before we get started, we just want to talk about the 3 simple things that you need in order to make Oobleck. So starting off, you're going to want a big bowl. Next, you're going to want some water, some cornstarch, some food coloring, and a measuring cup. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to point this down here so you can see everything going on in the bowl. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to take our measuring cup and we are going to pour 1 cup of water into that measuring cup. Fill it all the way to the top, and then very gently, we're going to go ahead and pour it into our bowl. Okay. Next, we're going to take our food coloring. So today I'm going to choose blue because the blue is my favorite color. And we're going to put 3 drops of the blue food coloring into the water. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, I actually got a 4th one in there, so that's okay if you do that too. All right, the next thing that we're gonna need is we're gonna take our cornstarch and we are going to put 2 cups into our water and food coloring mixture. Remember to take the lid off, especially if it's a brand new package. And it'll look just like this on the inside. Sometimes it makes a mess like that too. You're also going to want to get a spoon. That might be helpful to pour it into your measuring cup here. So I'll move the bowl to the side just for a second. And like I said, we're going to want 2 cups of this cornstarch to go in. So sometimes you could probably just pour it into your measuring cup, but I'm going to spoon it in just so I make less of a mess. Okay, make sure that when you're putting it in, you're not truly compacting it because then we'd be fitting more in than we actually need. Okay, let's put a little bit more. Okay, so that's about 1 cup. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that in. And it is gonna make a bit of a mess when you go ahead and put it in. Okay, gonna do that one more time just to fill up our measuring cup. Woo! Sometimes the mess is half the fun. Okay, just a little bit more. All right, now after we put this 2nd cup of cornstarch in, we're gonna wanna mix up our water, food coloring, and cornstarch. Now just like when you make slime, if it's not the consistency that you want, you can add a little bit more to get to that consistency. But the amazing thing about how this works, and I'll talk while we're mixing it up, is so how it works is the non-Newtonian fluid should work as both a liquid and a solid. So as you can see, as we're starting to mix it up, it's very hard right away as it's mixing. But the more that we get in there, it'll also act like a liquid. I used a very big bowl, so don't be afraid to kind of scrape the bottoms if it's getting stuck for you. And you can tell on the top here, it's starting to act like that liquid. And it can be a little hard to mix, so don't feel bad if it's taking you a little bit, because just like slime, it does take a couple minutes to get the kind of reaction that you want. Actually, it's working really great. All right, so perfect. This is exactly what we want, everybody. So right now, you should be seeing that on the top, it looks like a liquid, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, put my spoon to the side just a second. Move my camera over here just a little bit so you can see better. So when I move it like this, it looks exactly like a liquid would, right? Okay, but if I would take my spoon, if you slowly, so the difference is with the non-Newtonian fluid, okay, is that if you, it has the difference in viscosity, which is the difference in pressure. So if you take your spoon and you push in really hard, really fast into our mixture, it feels like a solid. It's actually kind of sticky. If you bounce the spoon really hard on the surface, it actually bounces right back like a bouncy ball would. And it feels like a solid, even though we can tell the surface is moving like a liquid. See that? But if I'm bouncing it, it really does feel like a solid. But if I slowly scrape it through, look at that, it acts just like a liquid would. See here? Okay, so as I mentioned, the viscosity is all about the different particles in the cornstarch. So if you're slowly moving it through this non-Newtonian Oobleck, the particles are having enough chance to move apart, and it's acting like a liquid. But if you are instantly hitting it or moving very, very fast, the particles all bunch together and they act like a solid. So I hope that you've enjoyed making this Oobleck with me. I know that it's a lot of fun. You could even try taking your spoon and scooping this out and rolling it up and making it into a ball. It'll feel sort of like slime, but it does have a different texture. Oh, see, there was even a hole in there. So as you go along, see different experiments that you can do. Take different kitchen utensils and see how they interact with the Oobleck differently than the spoon that we talked about would. And we would love to see comments or pictures on how everything went for you. If you enjoyed this, that would be great to know. But look forward to all the different things that Warrensville Public Library is going to have coming out during this summer. And I'd love to do more amazing things with you as we go. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.